with Jason Clarke of the four-time champion Carleton Place Canadians. Jason, 46-4-4, going for the drive for 5 this year. If you could maybe give us a synopsis from the start to about where you're at right now.
Well, I just think our leadership group's done a really good job. Our captains and assistant captains and returning players have really embraced the new guys that have come in that we've recruited, and some of the kids that have come up through our program. And maybe without great leadership, you're not going to be able to have, you're not going to be able to have good chemistry, or, on the ice or off the ice. And I think, the reason why we are is we've got great leadership. So hopefully that continues throughout the playoffs, and we'll see what happens.
We're down to, I guess this is the 5th of 6 with the Brockville Braves. The last 2 times you were here, they obviously you're not going to take them lightly. They won in a shootout. They played you guys pretty tough. You won 4-2 and 5-3 in Carleton Place.
Yeah, Jesse's done a very good job with this club this year. It's a little bit of a different identity than what they had last year, and they don't quit. They play hard. They play 4 lines. They change well. They do a lot of really good things, little things really well, and obviously that's has a lot to do with the head coach, Jesse, playing having a good NHL career. So he's teaching the little things, and the little things is what wins you the games in the long run. So we just got to be really mentally tough tonight to make sure that we're not quitting at all. Right, we got to continue to play 60 minutes. And both games we've lost here, we've had leads going into the third period and have blown 1 or 2 goal leads. So we got to be mentally tough all the time. And tonight every play is going to matter. So we just got to be able to make sure we're on our toes and not on our heels tonight.
46-4-4, 4 in a row. How do you keep motivating these guys along?
Well, because I'll be honest with you, every team's got their own identity, and every team's, got different personnel. So I don't think it's tough to motivate anybody at all, to be honest with you. So it's just one of those things where, the culture's been handed, from generation to generation on this team, and, the leadership has done a great job, this year, and they're continuing to follow the culture that we have and the expectations of what it's like to be a Carleton Place Canadian every day, and they just continue to pass it down. So again, without good leadership, you can't have the franchise that we have, and I think the captains and the assistants have done an unbelievable job this year, and they should be very, very proud of their accomplishments so far.
How much difference, or has there been a major difference in these teams? Obviously, you've typically you've kept a low turnover, good chemistry. Have these teams been really different? I believe about a year ago, I think you were coming into this year with maybe, if I'm correct, a little more skill than the past?
This year we've had a little more skill than what we've had in the past, for sure. There's no doubt about that. So, last year we were a pretty young team. If not a lot of people will probably believe this, but we're the 3rd youngest team in the league last year. We just got a lot out of the guys that we had, and fortunately, a lot of those young guys are back this year, right? So a lot of those 99s now have got some good playoff experience, have got some good regular season experience, and those guys have played really well. So, anytime you can have a good core of returning guys, it always kind of helps things along a little bit. But in saying that, your recruits and your youth coming in have got to be able to step up and continue to grow and develop. And I think that our new guys that have come in have done a very, very good job. They've really started to contribute since after Christmas, and have really developed. And they're a big part of our team, as well as our returning guys.
Jason, when I say Tim Theochartis, what comes to mind?
Tim's. Not only is Tim the best defenseman in our league, but I think Tim's could be the best Tier 2 Junior A player in the country. Not in our league, but I think he's got a very, very bright future. Tim's been here since he was 17 years old, and to watch a player of his stature come in here and mature as a person, first and foremost, and see how he's developed as a player, it's something that you take a lot of pride in your organization, and it just goes to show you, how great of a kid he is with, how he is with our young guys, and how he is with the defensemen, and the things he does in the community as well too. He's very community oriented in our program, and he's just an overall just a great kid.
Switching gears, CCHL 2 team. This is kind of like a Vegas night story. Quite a bit of success in the initial year. I think I just seen a tweet. We were talking about Mr. Bolton and Mr. Mosley. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive. To be honest with you, when we put the team together, we were just hoping to be able to make the playoffs, right? So to see where they've come is is really good. So, but it just goes to show you how the U18 program and the Junior B and the Junior A program, and having a true club system really works. Molesley and Bolton and Martin Templeton and Easton Eckerton and Cameron Patton and James Lister. These guys have come in on a regular basis and played for us when we've had suspensions and injuries, and they haven't missed a beat. And I'll be honest with you, Molesley and Pat and Bolton have been dominant at times, on the ice against Junior A guys. So, it's been a fantastic experience so far for our organization. All the midget players, I think we've had 74 AP midget games up to the Junior B, and we've had over 85 Junior B games played in our Junior A program. So we've never had that happen ever before. And our league and the club system is supposed to be about development and giving players opportunity, and I think that's exactly what we've been able to do as an organization. Is give kids opportunities to play at the highest level they can, and continue to develop them.
And what does it say about, I believe it's Dylan Mosley with the commit to Huntsville, Alabama? Is it Mosley is that correct?
Yep.
And yet, I guess it's a fit thing. Here's the guy playing CCHL2, the D1 commit, but he's not on the main team.
No, Ryland's worked really hard over the last couple of years, played 2 years in our midget team, was a captain of our midget team last year, and when we sat down with him and his family and said, you can come here in Junior A, and we play 4 lines, but are you going to play 4 lines of just regular minutes, or do you want to play first line, power play, penalty kill, and contribute in all aspects of the game, and they were okay with it. They knew that we had the best interest in their son, and just came into fruition where Huntsville, Alabama was in on the weekend, and I told them they should come and watch Ryland Mosley, and Mike Corbett from Huntsville, Alabama was unbelievably impressed with him, and they more or less committed to him right on the spot. So it just goes to show you that it doesn't matter where you are or where you're playing. If you're good enough, they're going to find you. So it's a really good story, and hopefully we'll have many more to come at the Junior B level as well over the years.
Lastly, here tonight, we talked briefly about it, third and final meeting here at the Brockville Memorial Center. You lost the last 2. Strangely, when teams go in leading into the third period, is overwhelming statistics to say teams don't come back. But what do you guys need to do to really be successful tonight?
I think we just we have to understand that every play matters. You know what I mean? I think that's a big thing for us, is that the last few times we come in here, we've gotten a little bit, I would say a little bit I wouldn't say selfish, but just kind of, just not playing our game, getting a little bit inconsistent and kind of taking it easy in certain situations in the rink. And we need to be able to make sure that we understand that every play matters today. We got to play 200 feet, and, we can't quit. With a team like this and the way Jesse coaches his team, if you're not going to have a 60-minute game tonight, it's going to be a long night here in Brockville.
Thanks for doing this as usual, Jason. Good luck tonight.
And thanks for having me.
Jason Clarke of the Carleton Place Canadians.